there's no commercial ventures. We allow people to film who are part of the affiliates or part of free TV, but not for commercial purposes such as yours.
But the news media such as ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, CNN are a lot more commercial oriented than documentaries.
I want to know who your supervisor is. I'll call right now. Give me her cell phone number.
Stop grabbing my camera.
Can you just escort these people out of here? We'll keep your ID and mail it back to you.
No, you're not going to be keeping my ID. Sorry, you're not keeping my ID. That's bullshit.
Filming for commercial purposes.
Yes, but he's filming right now. You need to stop that.
Yeah, you need to turn that off.
So we're being banned.
So you need to leave the building.
We're being banned from a Michael Moore speech, who is for freedom of speech. Thank you.
Let's go.
Election day is here, and voters across the country are headed to the polls.
We're going to have to spray after this election to get all the attorney smell out of here.
We're in Florida, where there were many voting problems in the 2000 election.
I hope the Lord's way makes a difference.
I fear that it will be Kerry, but I hope it will be Bush.
I'd like to see Bush winning.
Bush all the way.
This is one of the swing states George Bush and John Kerry are battling to win.
This is the day that we've all been waiting for, folks. Today is the day, November the 2nd, 2004. 4 more years! 4 more years!
No more stolen elections! No more stolen elections! America, America, God shed His grace on thee.
4 more years of leadership, of strong Christian principles.
Your Christian fucking attitude is brown, lily, white ass.
And crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. And George Bush is my Christian brother. He's saved, born again. And that's the only reason I'm here. And I'm voting for him.
It's about God and America against the Islam world. If Kerry takes hold of this, Satan has a seat in the United States of America.
Bam, you got it. There's your Republican voter. Gays are going to marry? Oh my God! The sky will fall.
The sun is going down now over Biscayne Bay down here in Miami, and it is, there is something in the air. There is a stillness in the air. There's an excitement in the air.
America has spoken, and I'm humbled by the trust and the confidence of my fellow citizens.
I don't think you can say that Fahrenheit 9/11 had any sort of electoral effect, one way or the other, on the campaign. Where it did have an effect was in energizing the base. First, the base of the Democratic Party, and then, in reaction, the base of the Republican Party. And this was an election in which there was record voter turnout. People were very, very fired up, energized, agitated. Fahrenheit 9/11 was one of those things that created that.
Fahrenheit 9/11 is fine, but I believe that it fell into a certain category, namely preaching to the choir. It became almost a secular church where people could pray together, worship together, attack the Bush infidel together.
It does illustrate, I think, how deeply upset people on that side get about Michael. And let's face it, people who are upset are far more likely to actually bother to vote and to bother to tell their friends to vote. Did he lose the election? No, I'm not making that argument. Did he do no good for his side in the election? I totally don't think he did any good whatsoever for the John Kerry campaign. Michael's wound up selling himself. And from Bowling for Columbine forward, Every time something goes really well for Michael Moore on a personal level, on a fame level, and on a bank account level, fundamentally things get worse and worse in the country.
Michael's down after he fails to get George Bush out of office. But 8 months later, he rises from the ashes to open his new film festival in Traverse City, Michigan. Traverse City is a beautiful resort town about a 3-hour drive northwest of Flint. It's known as the cherry capital of America. The town is a white, wealthy, Republican stronghold. Michael lives close by on Torch Lake in a multi-million-dollar beachfront house he calls a log cabin.
We're not used to being around Republicans, so now that I'm here, which has broadened my horizons, I've met many Republicans on the street, and I've had some wonderful conversations with them.
It's opening night at the festival, and the Old State Theater is sold out. Just as the Sundance Film Festival is Robert Redford's legacy, Michael hopes Traverse City will be his.
WWJ News Time is 10:36.
4 months later, we go back to Flint when we hear Michael Moore is getting the Paul Wellstone Memorial Award. A right-wing book has come out stating Moore's non-profit foundation had invested in Halliburton stock, and I wanted to ask him about that.
So I still can't convince you to do the interview or anything.
The Canadians are still here.
I know. We're persistent. We're very persistent. We can't, I mean, can I...
What do you want now?
I said we can't convince you maybe to do a sit-down interview at some point. Email you.
Not now, not while I'm working. But, you know, I'll be done with this film, and then, you know, maybe we could do something. But that would be... I'm a year away from that.
Still a year away. So.
Yeah.
I asked Michael about the allegation that he owned Halliburton stock.
Have you seen the back cover of this book you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
It doesn't say anything about a foundation. It makes it look like it's my tax return.
Oh, okay.
It's photoshopped. Yeah. Look at the book.
Oh, it's photoshopped.
You don't see anything about any foundation.
Oh, the's no foundation.
You don't see anything about a foundation. It makes it look like it's my tax return.
But your foundation didn't do it either, right?
I do not. No. First of all, which foundation are you talking about? Because I'm on the board of directors of a number of charities.
Your personal charity.
I don't have a personal foundation.
Okay.
So there's another thing that's wrong.
Michael is the president of a private foundation called the Center for Alternative Media and Culture. And according to a 2000 tax return, which can easily be found on the Foundation Center's website, they sold a number of stocks, including the pharmaceutical company Eli Lilly, Halliburton, and the defense contractor Honeywell.
But why don't
It ain't what he says.
sue them?
Why? I've got more important things to do than to answer crazy right-wingers. The time is short. The people know the truth. You can't fool the people. A little while, yes. Long term, no. And nobody will believe that stuff. And they don't believe it. Between all the stuff we've talked about tonight, you got a good 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right?
Just as I walk away, Michael grabs me for a hug.
Canadian hug.
Being Canadian, we don't hug at the drop of a hat. I feel awkward, and I also realize how manipulative it is. But I grin like an unabashed fan anyway.
Would you be so kind?
The Genesee County Progressive Democratic Caucus presents the first annual Paul Wellstone Memorial Award to Michael Moore. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Better than an Oscar.
A few months later, I receive a low-quality videotape from a private reception that was held before the awards ceremony in Flint.
It's awfully frustrating and sad for me to come to Flint.
It's the first time I've seen Michael look dejected in public. The closest I've seen to Michael having regrets.
We tried to stop the city council from giving tax abatements to General Motors. We talked about that there's a master plan here to leave this town.